Alrighty. Oh. This is a dog rose. The place is riddled in these. And, well, hey, the neighbour's place over there, that is truly riddled in them. But I've got more than I probably need to have. This one's terribly good in fruit at the moment, as you can see. And the thing is just flipping raw in its fruit. Now, dog rose is a native of England and Central Europe and somewhere else. But anyway, it's basically something that, like many plants here, were brought over by the English and then become a weed. And these have little flowers. They're only about 2 inches wide or something, and they've got little pink and white petals, and you know, they're only a couple of petals, maybe 4, 6 petals, then they all fall off, and then you get left with what is called the rose hip. Now, all roses have these, so what I'm going to tell you here is applicable to pretty much all roses. Now, this one's great. This one I got off another one. It's not quite really ripe. And I'll go and grab a good one, like one of these. There's a beautiful blooming deep red colour. These are what they make rosehip tea out of. These are also made to make a soft drink in Romania, that is a national soft drink or something, and they also make a soup in Sweden out of them. And you take a look and say, another edible weed, these are going to be crap. But I'm sort of getting to like eating them because they're pretty damn good. Now, I don't know if you can see it, the grass in my way here. There's little tiny spikes on the actual rose hip. Now, your fruit is the rose hip. And my uncle used to call the entire plant a rose hip, and then I found out, no, it's actually a dog rose. So you go and rub the little spikes off the outside, and your little piece on the end there, you rub that off too. And you break the stem off with your finger as well. Now, I might have to pause for a second and show you how I do this later. Now, what I've done there is get your end there and rub it off like I was showing. Then I basically hold it with one hand and get my thumbnail and bust off the end that had all the, you know, all the daggy bits on it. Not the stem end, the other end. And then I gently sort of squeeze it, almost like you know, when you crack an egg, you hold, you know, one end and the other end. Well, you hold either side and sort of split this open in half, and you'll open it up to all these seeds. And what you do, and it's best to go from the end that you busted the stuff off. The seeds are pointing towards the end with all the crummy little bits on it. And so you're better to actually go from that end that you just broke off with your thumbnail, because it's actually opposite to the direction of the seeds, and you sort of push all the seeds out like that. Now, you'll need to do this several times, and once you get all the seeds out, then you've got these fine damn hairs, and these hairs are very annoying if you get them in your mouth. And you're probably going to have to keep wiping your thumb onto your pants or shirt or whatever, and even maybe your other fingers, but generally I only get my thumb dirty rubbing it all out, and you keep rubbing until you get the majority of it out, and then you just straight out eat this. Now you say, you know, how do I know it's safe? Well, in England in World War II there was a massive push on for people to feed these to their kids because they're a high source of vitamin C. I'm not joking. It was publicly accepted and actually encouraged to eat these. And to not only, you know, it was mainly to feed them to your kids, actually. But I'll tell you what, there isn't much in them. They're pretty flippin' good, though. It's sort of like tomato with a bit of sweet chili sauce, or maybe even tomato with a bit of carrot mixed together. It's hard to describe it, but I tell you what, once you eat one or two, you won't go, oh, this is disgusting edible weed, I'm not going to touch it. You'll probably sit there for another half hour just keeping eating them off the plant. They're that good.
They are flipping good. They would probably do very well in some sort of a salsa mix. Yeah, you know, tomato, chili, and throw in a whole bunch of these as well. But you really got to get those little seeds out, and then the hairs. And if you go real good, you can do what I just done then, which is sit it in your hand, sort of curl up your fingers like that to cup it a bit, and then just wipe several times, wipe your thumb. And it's a bit like, you know, breaking open nuts or whatever. After a while you get a bit of a knack to it and you'll get a bit of speed up, but just make sure you get most of those hairs out. These ones don't want to come out. There we go, now we got them. It's actually quite good stuff. So anyway, yeah, as I said, you can go and grab, you know, roses out of your own flipping garden, out of your neighbour's garden, out of public gardens, or astronomically overloaded dog rose that may grow on your property, as I will be doing. The thing is, it's a bit like the Chinese eating duck's feet. You know, the amount of effort for the amount of food you get is a bit pointless. But all the same, you know, once you have a few of them, they're not the sort of thing you're going to spit out on the ground, unlike teasel. I was told that was edible. Holy hell, well, I'll leave it to the sheep. But this stuff is flippin' surprisingly tasty.